So in a breaking news today, Sunday Jackson is freed after years on death row following international intervention. Sunday Jackson has finally regained his freedom after spending years on death row in Adamawa State, a case that many Nigerians and human rights advocates have long described as a grave miscarriage of justice. Sunday Jackson's ordeal began after a violent incident on his farm, where he was reportedly attacked by a Fulani herdsman. According to accounts from his supporters and legal advocates, the assailant attempted to kill him, leaving Sunday Jackson with no option but to defend himself. In the course of that struggle, the attacker was killed by Sunday Jackson. What many saw as a clear case of self-defense, however, took a tragic turn when Sunday Jackson was arrested, prosecuted, and eventually sentenced to death by an Adamawa state court because he's a Christian, maybe. For years, the judgment stood as a symbol of what critics describe as Nigeria's selective and biased justice system, one that appeared harsh on vulnerable citizens while failing to fully consider the realities of rural violence and self-defense. Civil society groups repeatedly raised concerns about the handling of the case, arguing that Jackson was punished for surviving an attack rather than protected by the law. The case gained renewed attention internationally after United States Congressman Riley Moore raised alarm over what he described as a serious injustice. His intervention brought global scrutiny to Jackson's plight, amplifying calls for a review of the conviction and placing pressure on Nigerian authorities to re-examine the case.
I would urge the Nigerian government to take a look at pardoning Sunday Jackson, who is an individual who was fighting for his own life, defending his life against one of these Fulani militants. That Fulani militant lost his life in that struggle, and now that person, Sunday Jackson, is facing the death penalty. Now, where's the justice in that? Where is the justice in that? And all these Fulani militants are breaking the law. They are breaking Nigerian law. And so this Sunday Jackson disarms this person with a knife, protects his own life. He's going to prison and now faces the death penalty. And Fulani militants just roaming bands of them with AK-47s, and that's no problem. You are so right about this question of prioritization. I know I'm over time, Mr. Chairman, but I appreciate the time.
Thank you so much, Mr.
I want to read something from Nigeria's president. He says the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant doesn't reflect our national reality. Religious freedom and tolerance have been a core tenet of our collective identity and shall always remain so. Nigeria opposes religious persecution and does not encourage it. He says the picture we're getting here is not accurate.
You know, unfortunately, that is completely false. I mean, there are states in Nigeria that have blasphemy laws, people who are facing the death penalty right now for blasphemy against Islam. There's a person currently right now who's held in prison for defending himself from attack from a Muslim militant from the Fulani tribe. He defended himself and he's facing the death penalty. So no, there's serious persecution happening in Nigeria. I know the president, Tinubu, is in a difficult position in trying to protect his interests there in that country, but they are complicit in this to one degree or another with statements like this.
And finally, Mr. President, I want to make this appeal on my news. I'm begging you, sir. In 2021, a young man called Sunday Jackson was on his farm in Adamawa State, and he was attacked by a Fulani terrorist that wanted to kill him. And by God's mercy, Sunday Jackson was able to prevail against this aggressor. And he prevailed against him and used his own weapon to kill him. Sunday Jackson has family. He was working diligently on his farm. I don't know law. I'm not a lawyer. But I know that in football, when a player commits a foul against another player, the referee doesn't just give a card or award a card based on the offense. Sometimes they observe the intentions. What is the motive of the player? We want to ask you, sir, that this man in 2021 has been sentenced to death by a Muslim Fulani Hausa judge in Adamawa. And that judgment was upheld this year again by another Muslim, either Fulani or Hausa judge again. This is not justice. This is persecution. If Sunday Jackson had been killed by that Fulani man, would the Sunday Jackson family have gotten justice? They would not have gotten justice. The Fulani man will have gone free. I want to plead with you, sir. This man has been sentenced to death. Recently, you granted presidential pardon to some people that are criminals, even people that are intentional murderers, like the woman Miriam Santa, or what's her name. And now there is Sunday Jackson, a man that was working on his farm, and he was there. Should I now begin to think of Nigerian law when somebody attacked me and not be able to defend myself and eliminate the threat? I want to plead with you, Mr. President. I know you will see this. Don't let them kill Sunday Jackson. I'm using my position on my platform this morning as an apostle of Jesus Christ to plead with you, sir. I'm on my knees. Don't let them kill Sunday Jackson. If they kill this man, we will be setting a wrong precedent in this nation. And it will be under your leadership. You are the president. You are second to God in Nigeria as far as Nigeria is concerned. I beg you in the name of God, Mr. President, don't let them kill Sunday Jackson. This is persecution, not justice. The two judges that judged him, that condemned him, are Muslim Fulanis. They want to eliminate him. Please, I beg you in the name of God. I know you see this. You are a father. You have children. You are children to many, and you are a father to the nation at this time. Don't let them kill Sunday Jackson. Help him, Lord. Please help him. I'm begging you in the name of God. I'm begging you in the name of the God that I serve, the God that you serve too. Do all within your power to ensure that Sunday Jackson is not put to death. Thank you for your attention to this matter, sir. The Lord bless you and bless Nigeria.
Following sustained advocacy, diplomatic attention, and mounting public outcry, Sunday Jackson has now been released, ending years of uncertainty, imprisonment, and the looming threat of execution. His freedom has been widely celebrated by activists who see it not just as a personal victory, but as a powerful reminder of the impact of international attention on human rights cases. At the same time, many argue that Jackson's story exposes deeper structural problems within Nigeria's judicial system, particularly in cases involving farmer-herder violence. While Jackson walks free today, advocates insist the larger fight continues to ensure that self-defense is properly recognized under the law, that justice is applied without bias, and that no Nigerian is condemned for surviving attack. In fact, my own take is that Sunday Jackson should leave the Adamawa state, in fact, the northern part of this country, and move to southeast or southwest, because with what we have known of radical extremists, they might want to hunt him down. We know that in this part of the country of Nigeria, even those who are in the legal system, even lawyers, are even extremists themselves. Most of them behave as terrorists. So he should leave Adamawa state, entire north, and move to the southeast or southwest for his own safety. Because if Tinubu can withdraw policemen from VVIP, very, very important person, not just very important person, who is Sunday Jackson. So he'll be walking alone, walking free, unprotected. They could just go back to his farm and maybe kill him. The reason why he's alive today is because he is kept behind bars. So I suggest that he should leave Adamawa state, move to southeast, south, or southwest for his own safety.